Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sketching Hour, where we sketch for an hour. I'm Lauren. I'm your host for this fine show, and below me are the two people who are going to be doing all of the wonderful sketching. Michelle, would you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Michelle Papadopoulos. I'm one of the artists at Codium Entertainment, and yeah, we're going to draw some fun stuff today.
And Alexis, same thing. Would you introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. I'm Alexis. I'm the art lead for Untitled Champions, and I got a haircut today.
And it looks fantastic. You know what? I should have put on the adjective list, I should have added with a fresh haircut or something like that. Just in honor. For those of you who are new to our show and are joining us for the first time, we are going to spend the next hour, we're going to roll on these rolling tables you see right over here, and the random things that come up are what Michelle and Alexis are going to take and craft unique creatures out of, drawing them right before your eyes, while I work with the chat. Hi, chat. How you doing? Usually to come up with names for the creatures and backstories and then answer a bunch of questions. So today I've looked at the wrong thing. See, I have to write this down ahead of time or I forget. I've got monsters and I've pulled out one of my chunky dice. This is specifically for my Children of Erte character, but it's a biggin. And so I've got monsters. It looks like Michelle has adjectives and Alexis has cute animals.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Shall we roll?
Let's do it.
All right. Oh, wow. So I got a 10, which is a phoenix. Yay.
Well, I got a 19, which is flying, so.
Okay.
And I got a 7 for toucan.
What?
I am so happy. Okay, flying is going to be kind of easy. I feel like, okay, do you want to stick with flying or do we want to re-roll?
Should we roll it? Yeah, maybe I should do it.
Yeah.
Okay. 10 dancing.
There you go.
All right.
Dancing toucan phoenix. And for those of you who are new to the show, now you know. Now you understand what the show is. That's basically how it happens. And I'm going to take a second and I'll update. I always update the overlay with what the name of the show is going to be, but I did like that it was Dungeon Master Day. We got dancing Phoenix Toucan or Toucan Phoenix?
Toucan Phoenix, I think.
Yeah.
Phoenix. That works for me. Have I spelled toucan right?
I think so.
Dude, you know what? To the Googles, real quick. Nope, I have. Okay, that's good. You know how every once in a while you look at a word and you just can't tell? Is this the right word or not? I don't know.
Yeah. Sometimes when I'm looking for fonts to use for like graphics and whatever, I'll have like the one word up that I'm using and I'll be flipping through fonts and eventually I'll be like, is that even a word?
What is this group of symbols that I have had on my screen?
Mm-hmm.
So while Michelle and Alexis take a moment to think about how they're going to draw dancing toucan phoenixes, I would like to say that we have the absolutely wonderful duo of Martin and Mars in our chat right now. They are taking care of the producer-moderator roles. So basically, they're answering questions. They'll be grabbing questions from chat to put in a little backstage document I've got over here. So if you have any questions for our artists about art, about the game, about toucans, about phoenixes, I actually know quite a bit about phoenixes. Usually I make a joke about whatever it is that comes up in the monsters or the cute animals. I'm like, you can ask us about sloths, but we don't know anything. Hey, for reasons, I actually know quite a bit about a phoenix. So hey, if you've got any questions, go ahead and put question in big capital letters at the front of your question so that Martin and or Mars, or maybe both at the same time, can grab it and put it in the backstage chat. Is that a burb? Not for me? Well, it soon will be. I do like that we ended up with bird.
Bird.
Bird. Made up bird, real bird. But hey, you know. And we're going to take a second. So if you weren't here last week we had a dramatic dark mantle tardigrades, which once again. And we had a guest with us last week. Alexis could not join us, so we had Anita, who drew the one on Everyone's Right, on stage right. But yeah, these I feel like these should have been Halloween characters. They ended up so spooky and dramatic.
Yeah, I'm glad Anita did the little skull, because that was my plan for if dramatic came up, to be or not to be, like the skull dramatic Shakespeare thing. So that makes me very, very happy.
Not only was she right there with the skull, but I believe it was someone in chat who said, "Is that going to be a flaming skull?" And she said, "Well, it is now."
Perfect.
And also, I just love that Michelle's looks like these two creatures got together and went, "Well, we're now a pair now, and now we will terrify everybody. They're just dramatic by being dramatic." And we did get some fan art of our dramatic tardigrade from Banana Mobster. Thank you once again for creating this very dark mantle tardigrade in drama.
Very cool.
Yeah, if you wanted an up-close and personal view of the toothy maw, there you go. But let's get back over here. And for those of you who are wondering, our artists are using an online program called Magma Studios. It's just in your browser, and that's how they can draw on the same canvas at the same time, and we can watch. So they are working on it, Apatchter. Yes. Oh, as a code expired? Oh no. How did my code expire already? Well, we've got people working on it. Hang tight. Experts are working on it. It is getting fixed. Sorry about that. I betcha I betcha I use the wrong date. Every once in a while, I forget what month it is. And so when I put in an expiration date, I'm like, well, it's February, right? It's felt like it's been a while. Trust the experts. Yeah, Puritan74. Listen, the mods are the experts. Always trust them. Don't trust me. I'm just a talking head on screen. But Martin and Mars, they're the experts. So, yeah. But while they're doing that, if you have any questions, everyone's just talking about fruit-flavored cereal mascots. I mean, I was never a fan of Fruit Loops when I was growing up. Did either of you have Fruit Loops?
Oh.
Like once in a while, but my parents didn't really buy us sugary cereals very often. Like the closest we got was Cheerios.
And Cheerios are pretty healthy. Like they're not bad at all. But yeah, Fruit Loops. Oh, I love this new code. Let's see if I can update this in the overlay as well. We'll do this live. See, this is why you always trust the experts, because they come up with the best codes. In this case, bird. That's our new.
I like it.
That's our new code, everybody. There you go. Everybody say thank you to Martin and Mars for not only fixing the code, but coming up with probably the best, most appropriate code that could happen for this stream of dancing toucan phoenixes. Neon Treaton. Bird is definitely the word this week. Yes. Absolutely. So there you go. Now the code will work. And so now we can get back to our regularly scheduled fun, which is me just watching two experts at work draw phoenix toucans.
And birds.
Birds. It's funny because phoenixes have always been portrayed as either swan-like, or you'll see peacock-like. You'll see some that are kind of eagle-like, but very much like the longer neck, the long, the more pointed beak, the longer tails. And so I feel like a toucan is just an extension of that. It's just like the ultimate beak on a phoenix.
So now I'm thinking of like a magical tropical island somewhere in the middle of the ocean that no one's been to, and it's covered with like all different types of birds, but they're all phoenixes. So like little tiny like finches and
Aw.
toucans and parrots and seagulls and crows, but everyone's a phoenix.
Everyone's on fire.
Yeah.
This is one of those little islands out in the middle of nowhere that has a volcano in the middle of it, and so
Yep.
everyone's just on fire, but they're okay with it.
Ooh, I like it. Volcano Island. All the trees are just burnt crisps.
Maybe the trees are also on fire. Trees are on fire, grass is on fire, everything's on fire, but everybody's cool with it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, if you're a phoenix, you can control your fire. You don't have to be burning all the time. You can lightly simmer or go into inferno. So maybe, you know, when all the creatures land on trees or land on the grass, then they just make sure that they don't burn anything.
Mhm.
In this magical world of fire everything that we've created, why not? I do like how both of you have immediately gone for the dance.
Yeah.
Like even with just the sketching, there's already like dramatic ballet poses going on. I love it.
Mhm.
Now, Our Green Paradox wants to know, what would Orkira think of a toucan phoenix? I think she'd be happy with it. I think it would be like, oh, that's a new look. Oh, I like it. Like, you know, why not? If the phoenix is happy with the toucan look, why not? Also, toucans are super colorful, and you know, that's just extra color for the fire. It's like toucans have that. I'm gonna look this up. Yeah, so they've got a bunch of different colors that their beaks can be. Because like
Mhm.
I literally just Googled toucan, and I have 3 different pictures of 3 different toucans. Toucans.
Toucans.
But like there's the orange with the black tip. There's one here that's green with a red tip and blue on it, which is really cool. So yeah, why not all the colors? Oh yeah, some of these are really, really, I mean, they're beautiful birds. And also, you know, phoenix. Warlock DBA. Yeah, if we could have gotten the code to be Phoenix, that would be awesome, but that's probably a few too many letters, so I appreciate bird. Ooh. Star Chaser 43 question, are toucans better than one? Just curious. Okay, all right. Are we gonna get the puns out of the way that early? I can appreciate that. I mean, we do have 2 toucans, toucan phoenixes. So, oh geez, I'm gonna try to say this. Not for me says the toucan phoenix looks like it has a really long flowy tail. I just wanted to try to say toucan phoenix.
Yep.
Tutu.
The tutu toucan. And if Michelle's had a tutu, then it'd be two toucan.
Two. Also, TTRP gifts just arrived and made it the best. I'll spell this out. What they said is, oh my god, toucans. But what they wrote is TWO-CANS. Toucans. See, now I just want these toucan phoenixes to just be like holding a can of soda.
Yeah, well, maybe they could each have a can like the old like tin can telephones.
Hey, how's your dance moves going?
Yeah.
Have you figured out that plie yet? Oh, jeez. Well, birds are some of those creatures in where they have ears, but you can't ever see them because they don't like stick out like ours do. And so if you ever get a chance to look at bird ears, like people have moved aside some of the feathers or something like that, bird ears are weird. Bird ears are weird looking.
I think are they just holes or like
Kind of, but they're it's not just like a hole straight into their skull, like because like really imagine a human ear except without the outer parts, and so there's still like shape and obvious purpose to it, and not just it's a hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Birds are fascinating.
think I've seen that like in an owl where they moved all the fluff aside and then you saw the squirrel, but you could also see the back of its eye in the ear because the eyes are so big. And I was like, that's terrifying.
Yeah. Owls are also one of those creatures that as soon as you see them without feathers, they're ridiculous, and they kind of look both horrific and also funny because they, like cats, when they don't have their fluff, they're tiny. Like you see like a horned owl and it looks like this giant majestic creature, and then you take away the feathers and it's like this big. It's so small. The things you have to learn about for D&D characters, because I played an owlin on a stream, and so I went looking for all kinds of owl pictures, and then I had to go look up owls without feathers. And if you want to know what some of the devils from the Nine Hells look like, look up owls without feathers, or just birds without feathers. Oof. Jay's in chat and says owls are about 80% leg too. Yeah, so if you've got an owl that's, say the size of my box here, and you take away all the feathers, it's like tiny, tiny little head, and then just legs. Legs for days.
Aww.
Oh, Nick Hamlin, owlpecia. Yeah. Yeah. Ba-doom boom. I love it. Ooh. 5T1 Ches. Is this supposed to be Sanchez, I'm gonna say? I hope I got that right. Question. I love to draw as well and I want to get more into digital art. I wanted to ask, what is a good app or website that doesn't cost too much? Do you all have any preferences? Ooh, this is a good question. Okay, beginner art suggestions for people that aren't too expensive.
Well, there are some free ones like GIMP. I haven't personally used it too much, but yeah, that's kind of one that I've heard is good, and it's free, I believe.
And if you have an iPad, I really like Procreate. But I think that does have a little cost. I got it a long time ago, so I can't quite remember. And if you don't have an iPad, then it's not really that of an affordable option.
Is it just Apple, or is it any tablet?
It's not on Android.
Yeah.
Unless they put it on there in the past year or so, but
it's like $10, so that's not too bad.
Oh yeah, that's pretty reasonable. Especially if you're buying it outright, not one of those like I'm getting a subscription to something.
Yeah, no, it's not a subscription.
Magma Studios is free.
Yeah, Magma Studios is a good one too.
Yeah. So if you wanted to use exactly what our artists are using right now, and they've been able to make some amazing things. So enough options that you can do quite a bit. And yeah, I'm seeing a couple people in chat talking about, Noskin says, GIMP is probably the best free drawing program on computers. So there you go. Probably it also depends on whether you have a tablet or not, right? Because if you don't have a tablet, then you're either looking to buy a tablet or sticking with paper and pencil, physical media. And I know we've talked about tablets in the past, although the most recent questions were about your specific tablets. But do you have any updated suggestions for less expensive tablets, kind of beginner, I don't want to pay several $1,000s for the professional tablets?
Well, I haven't used them personally, but I think a lot of people get I think there's one called XP Pen and oh man, I'll have to look it up.
It's called Unova.
Yeah.
Oh, Unova.
So.
Yeah.
But there's a few different more affordable tablets. They can still kind of run somewhat high, but the starting price for the sort of smaller models is a lot better than a Wacom tablet.
I also do suggest, and I say this because my partner is an artist and has been successful at this before, look at buying a used tablet. A lot of artists are looking to upgrade, and once they've got their upgrade, they're looking to then, sell their old one, and it's still perfectly wonderful. It's just they're using the new one now. He has been able to find some pretty neat stuff on Craigslist, eBay, those kinds of places looking for used but still in good condition. So if this is something where you're not looking to drop a ton of money but still want to look to see to get some pretty nice gear, you can look at some used options. They are out there, and I can't speak for all artists, but it seems like all the artists that I know, or all the stuff that he has bought from artists, are all taken care of really well, because artists want to take care of their equipment. So they are handled with care.
Yeah. And like drawing on a tablet, it's not exactly like a high impact sport or anything. So just like lightly running the pen over it. And as long as like the screen was made out of a good material, they hold up really well. The tablet that I'm currently using, I've had since I started working at Codename, which was about 10 years ago. And I haven't needed to, or even like thought of asking for an upgrade, because it just works great. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, it just works. So
it just works.
So it's worked this long, obviously, and it's been wonderful. Is there something that a future tablet could have that'll be the impetus for you to say, yes, now I will upgrade?
I don't know. It's like one of the things I really like about it is it's actually like a more square aspect ratio, and all the newer ones are widescreen. And so I have more like vertical room than any newer tablet. And newer tablets can have like a touch screen thing, but I don't really know if I'd use that much, or like more buttons. And I'm just like, nah.
Just give me my perfect square.
Yeah, I want my square.
I mean, that's fair. How about you, Michelle? What if you were to be getting a new tablet, what would be the thing you'd be looking to upgrade?
Yeah, again, like, I don't care about having more buttons. I don't care about the touch screen. So I really don't know. I'm just happy with the one I have. Like, the only reason I would want to upgrade is if it got scratches on it or something, or if it was damaged. Like, but yeah, otherwise it's totally fine, the one I have.
I guess maybe if there was a way, like a new screen material that was like no glare whatsoever, that would be a feature. I don't know if it'd be possible, but
and if they made it like maybe the glass or whatever's on the front, like really, if they made one that was so thin so that there was no like distance between the pen and the drawing, because sometimes there is a bit of a distance. So if you're doing detailed stuff, it's kind of annoying, but so picky though, like other than that.
I mean,
to like think really hard to think of those things.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good that you have to get picky, but also that totally makes sense. This is your profession, and that can often be the difference between equipment that a professional is using versus equipment that a beginner is using, or someone who's a hobby artist, is those super fine details, those little things that the quality of life upgrades. So So you're talking about the no glare screen, which now all I can think about is someone taking whatever the sunglasses material is that gets you no glare. Or what was the thing in where you can take glasses and if you're inside, they have no filter on them, and then you go outside and then they turn into sunglasses. Like, I wonder if there's that kind of material that could help with glare.
Maybe. But the thing is it couldn't change color, because you don't want to have any color variation to the thing that you're drawing.
Yeah.
That's true. Everyone in chat. Thank you, chat. Transition lenses.
Oh, that's it.
See, this is what I love about chat, is whenever I forget things or I don't know about things, which is often, I just say it out loud and then wait for the 6-second delay to catch up and go, and chat says.
I wonder about this, and then like start chatting.
You joke about that, but I've literally done that, and it's amazing. When you got a couple hundred people that you can just turn to and say, so, what do you all think about this? Or can you remember this word? Also, sweet ups for live, for live, you can draw with a VR headset, which is weird. Ooh, like virtual painting.
I've seen videos of that, and it looks like so much fun. So that is something that I wouldn't mind trying one day.
Yeah, I wonder.
I tried that once. It was really cool.
How much detail can you get out of that? Like, because I could see on the one hand, well, you're right there and you can zoom in on stuff, but on the other hand, like, how fine of a detail can you get with I'm just waving my hand in the air like people know that I'm talking about drawing things. But, you know, pen here. I've got a thing. Here we go. I actually have a Surface 3 next to me. We're talking about tablets. So I actually have one of the Surface pens. So I can talk about getting that fine detail. I'll put that down. Everything is magnetic too, so I'm afraid of putting things down to the wrong space. Oh, we are being told by the moderators that there's a place in Victoria you can try it and you can get incredible detail out of it. Ooh.
Yeah, I wonder if it's the same place. I tried it in Victoria. They have a little VR, like a place you can go and try a bunch of VR games. I don't know if it's the same one. That was a few years ago, so.
Next time I'm up in Victoria, I'll have to go take a look. Or we have the version of VR that's for PlayStation, the PlayStation VR. And I can always go look on there to see if they've got a program. A lot of those app-like things, there tends to be a lot of. It's harder to find games that I want to play, but like, hey, here's a boxing app. Here's a little thing that you can do for exercise. Here's, if it isn't Beat Saber, I have a hard time playing anything else. Oh, Mars just got here, and he says, so I just got here, and oh my god, these glorious creatures, right? Right? Dancing toucan phoenixes. It's all good. Oh, Gravy and Gaming TV. When drawing in VR, you can see your tools and hands in VR. So you can actually see your own hands. That's got to be useful, right? Like, it must be weird to try to draw and not see your hands.
I would imagine it would be very weird.
Yeah.
It's like when, if you ever had it where your cursor just disappears on screen and then you don't know where the mouse is, but you can only see things like being highlighted. Hasn't happened to me in a long, long time, but I seem to remember way back using older computers being like, oh, my cursor's gone. Great. This is difficult. How do I restart the computer?
Yeah, there are some things that you can do without looking and some things that you really can't. And I think drawing is probably one of those things that you need to be able to see what you're doing and all of the parts that are doing it. Like, as a musician, I don't gotta see my oboe. I need to watch the music or watch other things, but I don't need to see what I'm doing. Pianists are the same way, that when they get good, they don't need to look at the keyboard. But I can't imagine either of you doing what you're doing right now without looking at what you're doing. Yeah. That would be weird. Noskin says, next episode of the Sketching Hour VR.
That would be so fun.
I don't know how we would do that, but maybe that's an Extra Life thing, because there's the PlayStation VR in the office. So instead of Beat Saber, you're all just going to be, instead of whacking things with the Beat Saber, it's going to be doing a little bit of art in the air.
I mean, if we could figure it out, I think that would be a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Well, we got a couple of months before the next Extra Life. Talk to a few people.
Yeah, I think Dave likes challenges. So, Dave.
I think he likes challenges when the stakes are low, and like, hey, if we can't do this, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Which is, that's fair. Eclectic01 says, has come with a toucan fact. Hashtag toucan facts. Their skin is transparent. Kind of creepy to look at.
I don't know if I like that toucan.
I'm looking this up now. Because if we're talking about their skin, obviously they're covered in feathers, so you wouldn't see it. But skin, it came right up. Their skin is a bit translucent. You can actually accurately age songbirds by moving their feathers. Whew.
Why do they get less transparent the older they are, or something like that?
I'm looking. I'm trying to avoid clicking on certain. There's a lot of pictures. Remember how I was talking about, hey, look at a bird's ear, like when someone has moved aside the feathers? There's suddenly a lot of pictures of birds looking freaked out as some human has pushed aside the feathers to look at their skin or ears. Toucans have mind. I'm not clicking on that link. Nope. Yeah, okay, a lot of these are videos, so I can't play them. But yeah, toucan fact. Transparent skin. I don't know if you want to incorporate that into your dancing toucan phoenixes, but there you go. Some dude chillin' says, I'm sad that neither toucan has flash dance leg warmers, but that's probably because I'm old. I don't know. I think we're all here for flash dance leg warmers, but
yeah.
I get the sense both of you have gone the ballet route. So
Yeah.
I mean, ballerinas and ballet dancers still wear leg warmers, so I mean, not an impossibility. We still have time.
There is still time. There is still hope for leg warmers. Jaluli asks, do they use a monitor color calibrator like the Spyridex, for example? Does any of that make sense to you? Some of these words.
Yeah, we use we had a color. What is it? Collaborate? What is
Calibrator.
It?
Yeah.
Calibrator. Yeah, we have one at work. But the spider.
Yeah, spider utility or something. Mine is way overdue to be recalibrated.
Yeah, I haven't done mine in ages, but
yeah.
All right. So now I got to know, because I literally read a sentence and I had no idea what it means, because that's my job, is sometimes to just read things and not have any idea what I'm saying. So what is a Spider X, and what exactly, when you talk about a monitor color calibrator, like what exactly is that?
So, you know, like how your colors on your monitor might appear different than colors on somebody else's monitor,
Yes.
Whether the brightness or the type or whatever. So the spider or other can't say that word, calibrators, you can put them on your monitor and it will adjust the settings to your monitor to try to get them to like true monitor colors, so that they match up with your coworkers and, you know, hopefully the colors that people see when you put your art out online and like in games is the color that you intended it to be.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
I don't know how it works. It's magic, but that is what it is used for.
It's a magic spider that just shows up and goes, this red needs to be that way on the pink scale. And that does make sense, because I knew exactly what you were talking about how colors look different on different monitors. Right now, I'm lucky to have a 2-monitor setup, and where both monitors are the same. They're the same monitor, but I did for a while have 2 and a third one, and they were all 3 different monitors. And if I dragged a window from one to the second to the third, I could just watch. If I was looking, I could just watch the slight changes in everything. And I usually have one of my monitors is not as bright as the other, so that when I'm doing things like being on screen, this isn't quite so bright. It doesn't always work, but just moving from one monitor to the other, which is a different brightness, it also can adjust things. So I did not know that there was an app that would fix that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and it's actually like a physical piece of hardware that you hook up and like it detects what color things are. So you like place it on your monitor.
Do you like scan your monitor with like a tricorder?
So, like I said, magic. Don't know how it works, but it's a thing.
That is amazing. Okay, after this, I definitely need to look up YouTube videos of that, because that sounds amazing.
And I think it's a little less interesting than it sounds.
It's probably one of those things that's amazing to watch like the first time, or for people like me who are just learning about this right now, who are just like, wait, magic spiders that change the color on your monitor magically with a device? Sure.
Yeah, trust me, that sounds way cooler than it is.
Totally.
Maybe. Do you ever watch any of those power washing videos that are like the immensely satisfying videos where by the end of it, maybe this is the art world's version, is like watching a spider, one of these devices, crawl across the screen and just make all the colors be the right colors.
I wish it was like that. It's like literally you just take this little black like cylinder and put it on your screen, and then it sits there and then the program runs.
Oh, you don't actually scan it across the monitor.
No.
Well,
And it doesn't look like a spider at all.
Oh,
No.
I like how this pictured in my head more than the reality.
Yeah. Yeah. Your version was way better. And someone should invent that.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Someone who makes this spider monitor color calibrator, please put in the extra engineering work to make it look like a spider so that actually crawls across the screen. And then you can make it look like bunches of different bugs or creatures, for people who are arachnophobic. You make it look like a mouse, you know? You could do all sorts of fun things with it. Yeah, I'm still going to probably go look this up just because I think this is a cool piece of technology, but it's good to know that the amazing thing in my head is not necessarily what I'm going to see on the screen.
Just tempering your expectations. So like tomorrow you're not like, Michelle, Alexis, I feel like I was lied to and betrayed and I'm never going to trust you ever again.
I've been lied to again. The internet has lied to me. Also, Rav is in chat saying that I'm inventing a D&D monster for monitors. I mean, that's what I'm here for, is just being your friendly neighborhood DM for both sentient and inanimate objects. Some dude chillin'. The Loft calibration software. Place a drop of your blood on the screen to start. Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, that's funny. Oh yeah, and then Garwar was in chat saying it just hangs out in the middle of your screen and the software runs. I'm okay. Technically cool. Physically not as much fun.
No.
Oh, and apparently I am lacking in monitors, as now there are people in chat who have 3 or 4 monitors. I mean, 4 monitors would be nice to have the whole big setup right here, like it would really look like a lair in here. This wouldn't be my office anymore. I would have a lair. I think once you have 4 monitors in a room that's dedicated to work, it officially becomes a lair.
Mm-hmm. And I also think once you have 4 monitors, you're like a movie hacker. So you have to start wearing like sunglasses, like while you're on the computer, and no lights, and yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, I grew up in the time of Hackers, the movie, so I'm there. Did you ever watch Sneakers? Do you remember that movie?
No.
So it was also like 90s hacker movie-ish kind of thing, but it had this amazing cast and it had a soundtrack that is still one of my favorite soundtracks ever. Let me pull up Sneakers. It's 1992. That's when it was. Robert Redford, Sidney Poitier, Dan Aykroyd, River Phoenix, Ben Kingsley, David Stratham. Like, the cast on this was amazing.
Yeah, like
James Earl
quite
Jones.
The cast.
Yeah, and it's about a bunch of people who are hired to test security systems. So they're like white hat hackers kind of thing, and then they get mixed up in a whole big thing. I honestly don't remember much of the plot beyond that. But it's got some amazing music in it, and it's got I don't remember which actor is playing this character, but one of the characters is blind, and the only time that you see them basically dealing with the fact that they're blind in any way other than like, I'm just awesome. At one point, he's the only one in the van and everybody else is out of the van. They need him to drive the van somewhere. And so they're like talking him through on the radio. Okay, turn this way, turn that way, go do this. And he's like, I'm driving. This is great. And I love that whole movie. Oh yeah. Irene UK, Too Many Secrets. Yes. Definitely. I'm not going to recommend the movie because I haven't seen it in forever and I have no idea whether it still holds up. So buyer beware. But I have listened to the soundtrack, and on a regular basis I pull up that soundtrack. If not only is it a really good soundtrack, but if you ever want to hear actual good soprano saxophone, that is the movie to listen to. Because there's a lot of bad soprano saxophone out there. I'm not going to name names, but a lot of it's bad. And so if you want to hear good soprano saxophone, go listen to the Sneakers soundtrack. That is quality saxophone playing. I have saxophone thoughts, but I won't get too into them. Not on this show. Rav Bunna says, remember the movie Gotcha, where laser tag led a college kid into becoming an undercover assassin. Yeah. Yeah, there were a lot of those movies in both the 80s and the 90s of kid demonstrates talent at some video game thing and is suddenly a secret agent.
War games.
Yeah, war games, and I've lost the name of the movie, but the one in Starfighter. He plays a video game. He plays a stand-up video game and does really well at it. And so the aliens come and take him so that he can actually fight the Kodan Armada. I remember the Kodan Armada. I don't remember the name of the movie. The Last Starfighter. There we go. Thank you. Once again, chat. Why do I bother trying to remember things when I have hundreds of people ready and willing to tell me what I need?
There's probably like a lot of disappointed people from that generation.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of us that were told by our parents for years that, hey, playing those video games will never get you anywhere. That's you're just wasting your life. And then these random movies came along that were like, except for one of you who's going to become the last Starfighter, except for one of you who's going to become a hacker, except for one of you.
You are the chosen one.
You are the because you played enough Super Mario Brothers. Now you are the chosen one. Oh, yeah. Or BMX Bandits, where bike kids take on the Australian mafia. Yeah. Kids in danger doing things that adults should be doing. That's a whole genre of movie. And I guess it's supposed to be like young adult wish fulfillment, but it's always a weird kind of thing to watch when you're thinking about the fact these are children. It's like, no, don't do that. No.
Especially as an adult, like as a kid, you probably you never think about that. You're just like, whoa, cool.
Yeah.
And then as an adult, you're like, those children should be at home. It's past their bedtime.
Or at least secret agents shouldn't be approaching them to do dangerous things.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm just remembering that the actor was over 18, because there's also that thing where, here's a 35-year-old actor playing a 14-year-old. I think the Last Starfighter, that kid, I think they are actually like 19 or 20. They're not a child. They are a adult of some sort who, one of those, I'm 19 or 20 and I haven't figured out my life yet, except I'm really good at this video game and now I'm fighting the Kodan Armada. Garwar says, because you played so much Mario, you are now a plumber. I mean, plumbers, first off, plumbers are 100% awesome. And if you don't believe me, wait until the next time you need a plumber. They're awesome. And plumbing is like that's a good job. That is a solid work. Everybody is going to need a plumber at some point in their life. It is useful. It is a good trade to have. I have nothing but respect for plumbers, even Mario. Oh yeah, Gar. Oh yeah, we've got a plumber. He's great. Yeah. Everyone's still talking about that feature-length movie Nintendo made back in the 90s. The Wizard, yes. That kind of works in that same genre. Yep, 76 talked about The Wizard. That was more game show, though. Fred Savage was in that one. I can't believe I've remembered an actor's name. But yeah, if you haven't seen The Wizard, it is essentially a 2-hour Nintendo commercial with Fred Savage. It's kind of fun. It glorifies the Power Glove in a way that no one ever should.
That also probably resulted in a lot of disappointed children.
Yes, the Power Glove was the coolest thing. That was such a disappointment. Yes, chat, I have thoughts about soprano saxophones and the Power Glove. Aw. Remus, too, says that these birds are looking amazing. And I agree. We have gotten slightly off topic from dancing toucan phoenixes, but, that's what this chat is for. We are in the last couple of minutes, however, and so I will turn to chat. Well, I'll ask Michelle and Alexis first, but then I will eventually turn to chat and say, what are the names of these creatures? I know. There are two questions that come up every week, and I ask them without fail, and it's, what are the names of these creatures, and how big are they? Banana for scale. Or person for scale, I guess.
I think toucan sized, which I think they're smaller than you would think.
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, but we do need name suggestions. Devil Crayon says cloak. Oh, that's Cloak and Dagger we're talking about. I thought that was a name suggestions, Cloak and Dagger, which is not bad.
Maybe not for these ones, but for
yeah.
Secret ballerina assassins, Cloak and Dagger.
I mean, this is where being able to control your fire becomes very important, because how do you become a secret assassin if you're on fire? Okay, we've got Bernadette from MT Carson. Burn-Adette.
Yeah.
Star Chaser goes very, very just nailing colors and says Goldie and blue. I don't know if this is Martin or Mars, but we've got Tiny and Dancer. And Banana Mobster says Sammy and Mikhail. Some do chillin' suggests that Michelle's is Prima and Alexis's is Dobby. Let's see. Gilded Secret suggests Ice and Flame. Kill Mall says Goldie, Han, and Blue. I mean, I don't know if we should name one after an actual person, but you know, it's a pretty epic thing to be named after. J-Dog says the left one is Alexis Owens from Flashdance. There we go. Okay. Q-Tip76. I love this so much. Bernishkakov. I'm not saying it correct. I'm not giving this justice. It's Barishnikov, but burn at the beginning. Barishnikov. That's hard to say, but it's brilliant. I love it. Oh, Devil Crayon. Fred and Ginger. I don't know. Any of those names spark any joy? Any of those names jump out at you?
Oh, I like them all.
I don't know.
Yeah, these were hard.
Maybe Fred and Ginger, just because musicals.
They are dancing. I do like it. Yeah. Oh, and Arguing Paradox with the pyre-oette. So pirouette is a pyre. And Grumpy Old Putz says, for Alexis combining Frost and Ballerina, will recommend Frostalina.
Oh, cute.
I do like how, because you've gone for the blue color with your Phoenix, that nobody has thought, well, this is fire that's extra special hot, but everybody is immediately going, ooh, ice. I have the wizard in my game that is the podcast that I run. He's an evocation wizard he's diversified his portfolio a bit now, but he's very much fire wizard who does fire things with fire. And when he got the empowered ability to basically make his fire be even more fire, he talks about his fire now is blue, because when you look at, say, stars or flames, blue is actually a hotter flame than the yellow or orange. So he has blue fireballs.
Mm-hmm. I just went with blue because I think the last time we did like a fire thing, or maybe like way back at the beginning when we did fire frogs.
Oh yeah.
Fire frogs. It came up in chat that you could do different colors of fire.
Yeah. You can go through the whole spectrum.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Next time, green.
Ooh, purple would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Purple would be good. Yeah. I mean, really. Oh, or rainbow.
Rainbow fire.
Rainbow fire. Rainbow fire is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you do make one that is a green flame, we're going to end up with a lot of Acquisition Incorporated green flames in our chat, and I'm okay with this. But yeah. Green. No, it's never the wrong show, Rav. Like, you know, we're always D&D adjacent, and green flame is a thing. let me double check one thing real quick. Okay, so because we are almost out of time, because usually we are done, and then this is the end of our broadcast day. Thank you very much. And then we play the national anthem and go to bed. Sorry, that was an old joke. But after us, this week is Garwar, who is going to be doing one of his infamous guides to everything, because we are still celebrating the release of Dungeon Master. I will also remind everybody real quick that you can still pick up Dottie, the Dandelion Familiar, in the game right now. The net sales from Dottie through May 3rd are a donation to Conservation International. So if you are hanging out in your game, listening to us talking about Dancing Toucan Phoenix, watching this amazing art being made, unlocking Dungeon Master, and going, I would really like to do some good in the world right now, go get yourself an amazing little familiar that will be a donation to a wonderful charity. Garwar's in chat. Why did no one tell me? Welp, you got 10 minutes. I can vamp. I will vamp for 10 minutes. Now we're gonna get off to leave Garwar plenty of time to get set up. And also these creatures are absolutely amazing. If you do want to find out more about the previous creatures that Alexis and Michelle and some of our guests have created, and I got my drink ready, you can come to our Discord, discord.gg/idlechampions. Come to our Discord and check out the Sketching Hour channel, where you can not only talk about the Sketching Hour in general, but all of the art that has been made is pinned in that channel. So you can go through all 44 episodes of amazing art and check out all of the amazing, horrific, adorable, ridiculous creatures that we have made in the last year or so. Mm-hmm. And with that, Michelle, where can we find more of your amazing art?
I'm on Instagram at Michelle Papadopoulos and Twitter at Art of Michelle.
And Alexis, same question. Where can we find more of your amazing art?
I'm on Twitter at Alexis Thero and on Instagram at alexis.thero.
Excellent. You can find none of my amazing art online, but I occasionally play oboe and a lot of D&D at Oboe Lauren. Thank you to Martin and Mars for being our amazing moderators and helping out in the chat and fixing this code and then making this code amazing, because this is even better than the code that I had. Bird. Stick around for Garwar's Guide to Everything, and we'll see you next encounter. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.